Kia ora whānau. Right, just doing a bit of work on my kayak. Got crap laying around everywhere. But I picked up a used Viking tackle pod. I think it's off a Profish or something like that. So I was going to retrofit it into my kayak permanently and sort of plastic welded in and all that jazz. But my plastic welder's in Rotorua and a bit bigger than I thought. So I just decided to cut up the pod to make it fit my kayak rather than cutting up my kayak or just not using it. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of tackle down there. It's all wet and contaminated because I don't have a tackle pod. I've just got a single little thing there. That's just a bag under it, so it just drips and everything gets wet and I lose lots of tackle to rust. So yeah, this old pod is going to do the trick. Plenty of space on there, so all I've done is I've just cut the piece out the middle there. So that's the kayak there. I'm going to put a piece of plastic across here, seal it up and chuck some rail blazer mounts under it to lock it in. So all I've done is just cut that out, that piece there. I've got some stuff on the lens there. Yeah, I just cut that out. That fits over this. Excuse the mess, I'm covered in burley and rocks and stuff from my last mission. And yeah, and I'll just seal all this back up, which will be watertight. Sits in there. I'm going to put a rail blazer mount under there just to get it flush, and then that way I can take it on and off easily still, and it still serves its purpose as a pod. I'm going to put a piece of plastic over here, and because this is already, you know, pre-loved and whatnot, it's been set up for their design, but I'm just going to put a piece of plastic over here, seal it up, chuck another mount here, another mount here, and have the fish finder there, or there, maybe even a bit closer, I don't know. But yeah, so that'll be handy, and it doesn't look overly bad. It's not too bulky, which I don't really care. It's just it's going to be fit for purpose for my kayak, so that's good. Crappy weather today. It's a little bit windy here, so my go-to spot will be windy. It's a bit too far to drive, so I just can't be bothered. Had a busy week, so I'm not fishing this weekend. I'm just modifying. I'm going to water blast my kayak and clean it and all that jazz, sort all my tackle out, install my fish finder. My fish finder battery croaked it, so this is something you've got to watch out for. Because I didn't have it in a box, I just had it in the kayak, and again it gets a bit of water in it, so I don't know what's happened, but it's you can't really see it too much, but it's got a pretty major bulge on both sides, and it's just discharging power. It holds some, but not enough to the fish finder, because it's 12 volt, you know, so once it goes below a certain voltage it just shuts off, and the battery is failing to, you know, power it now. So new battery in the box, so it's very handy. I could put everything in, fit loads more tackle in. Beauty. That's the good thing about the tackle pods, you know, you can fit everything in there. I can even just go way back there. This can be used for wet tackle, because I do contaminate a lot of my tackle because I've got nowhere to put it, so I end up with the foot bay here, just a tangled mess of leaders with lures and soft baits and whatnot on, you know, swivels and sinkers, and because I just cut them off. And yeah, I've been using old gulp containers as well, but once you use it once, you get a bit of salt water in it, you get contaminated, so I don't have to use those anymore. I mean, I'll have some for sinkers and one for hooks, but I've got the space to do that now, so that's all good. Hopefully the sun comes out today. It's a bit dismal. I'm really over this winter. It's been relentless with the rain, freezing cold this week too. But yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll give this a clean up, spruce it up, seal that up, set it up, and yeah, I'll get back to you when that's done. And once that's cleared up, we'll go fishing.